Hello everyone, welcome to Home of Politics. Please, as you watch this video, consider subscribing, sharing, liking, send me your ideas in the comment section. You can also suggest a topic of discussion or any trending news that you wish to be discussed in the comment section, and do not forget to turn on the notification button so that you remain updated. I am very humbled to welcome the new subscribers, my viewers, the returning viewers, everybody who has joined this channel. Please feel much appreciated, and remember, I promise to fully drop contents every time so that you remain informed and entertained. And remember to stay tuned every time so that you can continue being updated. Now, my good friends, it is a high time for us to understand what is happening, and the story of the day is about the step that the president has just taken to appoint the former energy CS, that one is Honorable Charles Keter from Kericho County, to be the advisor of president on the Great Lakes affairs. And the appointment has left so many Kenyans talking. They are surprised and they do not understand what the president just considered to pick this member from from Kericho County, to preside over the affairs of the Lake region. Ladies and gentlemen, considering the ideas and how people perceive the relationship between people of the lake and other regions like Uasin Gishu, Kericho, Bomet, like basing on the distribution of the region and tribes that are located in these regions, some of the ideas here are being brought as there is a little bit of misunderstanding between these two communities or regions. The regions of lake regions, including regions like Nyanza, let me say Nyanza region as a whole, and the regions from the North Rift, specifically including these ones like Kericho. And it is due to this perception that is making so many people to have a lot of questions on the appointment of Charles Keter to this position. My good people, what are the factors or what are the qualities that this Charles Keter is possessing that is making people not to feel comfortable with that appointment as an advisor in the Lake region? One of the character or one of the things that people have overlooked so much is that Charles Keter is a leader who has been in the previous regime for a long time. And it is surprising so much that the previous regime disregarded President William Samoei Ruto the time when he was a deputy president. And this is the period when Uhuru Kenyatta, the former president, concentrated so much in working with the opposition during the handshake period and ignored to give William Ruto attention as the deputy president. For instance, he used to substitute President William Samoei Ruto with people like Matiang'i and other people who were present in the regime. And this is just one of the characters or one of the qualities that have made people to be so much surprised, because how comes President William Samoei Ruto is again bringing back the people from the previous regime to join the government and work with him, especially in this closest rank that he has been given or seat that he has been given. He has been given the position of being an advisor to the president, not even an ambassador who want something to do with the political party, no, an advisor to the president himself. This has brought a lot of questions because these two people were in the previous regime, but as we know, President William Samoei Ruto was not comfortable in the previous leadership because how he was handled. Another thing or another quality that is making people to have a lot of questions so much in this Charles Keter's appointment is that, basing on the distribution of or the region that this Charles Keter is coming from, it is very surprising that he can be given that opportunity to preside over the lake affairs or the lake region affairs. We see This leader comes from Kericho County, and Kericho County is situated in the North Rift or in the Rift Valley side of Kenya, while the area that he have been given to oversee, it is in the Lake region. Lake region, as we know, it is from Nyanza place, and these two regions, like, they do not have any close relationship, or even if they are brought somehow together, there is a big gap, because if we see the counties that are bordering the Lake region, we see these counties include counties like Bomet, we see Kisii, Bomet, yeah, some of the counties that are, we can assume that they are close to Lake region. Let us consider Kisii, because Kisii is bordering Kisumu, is bordering Kisii is bordering Kisumu. It is also bordering Migori. It is also bordering Nyamira. Like, those counties that are near the Lake region, they could. Those are the counties that we might consider, maybe, if it comes to the appointment of the leader. But how comes the president has just picked on a leader from another region? Like Kericho, if you bring them closer with the lake, there are two different diverse regions that we cannot even imagine. And this is one of the characters, or one of the qualities that have made people to be so surprised on the president's decision to measure on Charles Keter. We also see that the facts of the Lake region is dominated by one community, and this community is very dominant, known as Luo, and it is very rare you find other tribes, especially from Kericho. Let me just measure from Kericho, because Kericho County is dominated with the Kalenjins, and it is rare to find Kalenjins in Lake region. And so the issue of picking Charles Keter from Kericho County, okay, let me base on the distribution of the tribe. Kericho County is dominated by the Kalenjins, and Charles Keter is a Kalenjin. And picking on Charles Keter and putting him to be an advisor over the affairs of the people from one community, that one, a dominant community, that one is Luo community from the lake, that one is causing a lot of questions, because we all know that sometimes a community that is much popular in a given region cannot be much comfortable or feel okay with the leadership of another person coming from a different community, especially if there is a misunderstanding somewhere. That one we all know. And according to the assumption of this issue of tribe and other things, this is how we see these people are having problems. My ladies and gentlemen, we see, measuring on the few qualities that I have just highlighted concerning Charles Keter, according to the region that he comes from, the tribe, and also he has been closely working with the previous regime which persecuted or discriminated President William Samoei Ruto. This is bringing out a lot of issues. And why do you think the president just measured to pick on this Charles Keter and not any other leader from the Lake region? For instance, we have great leaders from the Lake region who can preside over their affairs very well. And we also see that the Lake region is gifted. It is having very many leaders who are gifted in diverse fields, and they can do it very perfectly. And this is what is paining these people from the Lake region, that they have been ignored and picked on another person just to come and preside over their affairs. Why do you think this is very painful for them? Why did the president just pick on this person and he did not see any other leader in Kenya from the Lake region? Why? And why did he just decide to pick on measuring on a tribe? Why did he just decide to pick on a Kalenjin and not any other tribe that can preside over this Lake region's affairs? For instance, we have so many tribes maybe that are bordering the Lake region. A region like Kisii is near to the Lake region, and maybe in assumption we can say that maybe they could have picked some of the of the tribes or of the community that are surrounding the lake. But why go to Kericho and pick that one? We might not understand this thing very well, but to some extent maybe the president was very right. If we can analyze the area of coverage that the Great Lake regions will be covered by Charles Keter on his work of being the advisor to the president, it have not specified only that the lake region will be Nyanza. No, the lake region that will be comprised here, it is the lake region that will cut across the east, the south, and the central Africa. I mean the lakes that are found in the east part of Africa, in the south of the Africa, and the central part of the Africa. And measuring on the biggest lakes that we are talking here, or the great lakes that we are mentioning here, the first lake in Kenya include Lake Victoria. And do not forget that it is not Lake Victoria in Kenya alone. We also have Lake Victoria in another country in Africa somewhere. We also see we have Lake Turkana in Kenya. Those are two lakes in Kenya, Lake Victoria and Lake Turkana. We also see we have Lake Tanganyika in another different country. And you will see we have Malawi, Lake Kivu, and Lake Edward. And so this is not something to do with marginalization in Kenya alone. And the complaint that is coming from the people of the lake region, then they should at least understand this issue, that it is not the act of one person dominating another region, that he is not maybe related in this region. But if the lake region is complaining, what about the Turkana region? Because this leader from Kericho will be overseeing even the affairs that comprise of the Turkana Lake. Anything that is going around Lake Turkana will be under this Charles Keter. The same issue with Tanganyika, Malawi, Lake Albert, Lake Edward, Lake Kivu. All these lakes in Kenya will be overseen by Charles Keter. And so the issue of complaining about the biasness in picking Charles Keter, then it should not be heard of, because what if the people from Turkana County also brings in their complaint that they could not pick from Charles Keter, or they could not pick any other person from Lake region, from the Nyanza? They could just measure on Turkana County because maybe it is a marginalized area where it is having climate problems. Then it could be another thing, because it will bring a lot of issues. Another thing that maybe the president measured on, then the president might be very, very right on his own way. It is about the issue of political alignment. If we can see, this Charles Keter have been a very loyal member of ODM party from very, very long time ago. He has been in ODM. He has been a loyal member of ODM. And if we can just analyze the time when he joined ODM, this Charles Keter joined ODM in the year 2007, and he vied as an MP during that time. And up to 2008, he joined the assistant. He was being appointed as assistant energy CS. That one is in 2008. Come 2013, he vied as a senator, and this is under URP party, which is under Jubilee, as a senator. We also see in 2015 this Charles Keter was changed and was given a position of energy minister. And in 2021, this Charles Keter changed from energy minister to minister of devolution, but still he was operating under the government. And by then, 2021, those years coming backward, it is the time when the ODM party and the government were very close. And so if we can consider on other way round, we see maybe the president did not maybe measure on biasness, because in one way or another, Charles Keter is related to the lake region, maybe because of political alignment, because he is the member of ODM until the time when he failed in the gubernatorial seat, because we see in 2022 he vied as a governor under ODM ticket, but he failed terribly to and lost that seat to a UDA member who is right now the governor. And maybe measuring on these few things that I've just stated, this is the reason why the president decided to pick on Charles Keter. And we also see, apart from being on ODM party for a long time, this is the leader whom after elections and everything, he went underground completely. He disappeared from politics and face of Kenya in doing politics, and he has been very, very quiet, but in one way or another he has not come in any collusion with President William Samoei Ruto. He has not been advocating for opposition like the way he has been in alignment with ODM. Then it means they have been in a cool friendship with President William Samoei Ruto, despite him being in ODM. And maybe measuring on the membership of ODM for a long time, that brings him closer to the relationship with the Lake region. And maybe this is what President William Samoei Ruto considered. Ladies and gentlemen, few questions that are arising here is that why did the president just pick on this Charles Keter and not a leader from the Lake region? And do not forget that in Kenya, the Lake regions, big lakes in Kenya, include Lake Victoria and Lake Turkana that have been mentioned, together with other lakes that this Charles Keter will be overseeing. Why did he pick on him? Of course, maybe due to the reasons that I've just given you. Those are the things that the president measured on, but he did not measure on the maybe region distribution, maybe the tribe and the closeness to the lake. Maybe he did not consider that one. But as you have watched this video, please send me your ideas in the comment section on what is your idea about installing Charles Keter from Kericho County to oversee the affairs of the Great Lakes region in Kenya. Thank you so much for watching my video. Have a good day.